Hi there, my name is Ronnie Agustin, and like we have seen before, I am going to be talking about the phoneme consonant sound in American English. So, let's begin. In this video, I will be given different examples about the consonant sounds. For example, like we have explained, point of articulation can be bilabial, which mean that the two lips have to come into contact to produce a sound. An example of bilabial articulation is p, p, or b, b. Both of these phonemes are plosive. One is voice and one is unvoiced, as you can see. An example of p could be pet or park. An example of b could be bat or bet or bay. Notice that in this picture we can see all the plosive manner of articulation, which is the manner of articulation plosive. All the plosive are together. For example, we have d, k, g. All of them are plosive. Plosive mean that to produce the sounds, the airflow comes to a sudden stop, and then it goes out very sharply, like an explosion. That's why it is called plosive. And then we have the nasal, just three of them. We have n, and ing. All of them are voice. Some of them are bilabial, like I have explained, and one of them is alveolar. Alveolar means that the point of articulation is lingual alveolar, or velar, I mean, this is when the tongue come into contact with the alveolar ridge. So that's why it is called alveolar. And all these sounds are nasal. An example of a word was could be man, or make, and so on and so forth. And then come the fricative. The fricative we have f and v, and we also have the, s, z, sh, and j. All of these sounds are fricative. As you can see, some of them are voice, some of them are voiceless, and we have in here the so-called dental or interdental. Dental mean that the tongue go in between the teeth to produce a sound. For example, an example of a word with the theta or is thin or thanks, and so on. And then we have the affricate. Affricate is a combination of fricative and plosive. It's a combination which means that they come together. The air come to a brief stop and then go through a narrow space like in the fricative, but is different, a little bit different. An example of affricate, we just have two, like ch, 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 and j, 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 j. One of them is voice and one of them is unvoiced. An example of a word with sh is, for example, she, or shoes, or show. And We also have the glottal. Glottal means that the point of articulation is in the glottis. And this one is also fricative. An example of a word with this point of articulation is hat or hope. And then we also have the proximant. Proximant is when the point of articulation are about to touch or want to touch, but they don't come close enough to be called some kind of articulation or like that. We have the word like ru, the phoneme ru, yeah, we, and ul. Ul is also called lateral. An example with this proximant would be red or risk, yes, wind, and lamp. Like with the phoneme ul. Ul is also called lateral. Is called lateral because, for example, when the air is coming out of the mouth, it goes in both sides of the tongue because the tongue touch the alveolar ridge, but the air goes through both sides of the tongue. So that's just why it's called lateral. And the roux is also called liquid, and the wa is what we call semi-vowel. That's it for me, Brownie out.